Hello and welcome to this video series on smart licensing for firepower devices. This series of 8 videos will hopefully guide you through the topic of smart licensing and how it applies to both firepower threat defense and ASA firewalls. The whole series covers the following topics: a general overview of smart licensing for both firepower threat defense and ASA, and finally, smart licensing for firepower in public cloud environments. You can either watch all of the videos in order to get the full overview, or simply watch the videos that are of most interest. In this video, I'll be continuing the coverage of licensing of ASA on firepower hardware, and in particular, we're going to be talking about ASAs in controlled or air-gapped deployments. When customers have security-sensitive networks that require air-gap networks, we have the option of offering permanent license reservation. This is where customers or devices cannot manage licenses via a direct internet connection. It can be similar to the more traditional PAC licenses, but here the licenses are actually managed via the Smart Software Manager portal, but there is no need to communicate with the license authority. For permanent license reservation for ASAV, you must ensure that you select the model that fits your particular requirement. So size and scope the device or the ASAV model that you want in the same way as you would for any normal deployment. The type of model can be changed post-deployment, but you do need to return the PLR and request a new one. And also any licenses that are no longer required must also be returned. It must be pointed out here as well that this is not supported for Azure hypervisors. For firepower hardware and permanent license reservation, again, make sure that you obtain a license that enables all of the features. So for example, with the Firepower 2100, you want the standard tier with the maximum number of contexts. And for the Firepower 4100 or 9300 range, you want the standard tier, the maximum number of contexts, and also the carrier license option. When configured, each ASA configuration must request its own entitlements, and then to stop using a license, you can generate a return code and enter that into the Smart Software Manager to put that license back into the Smart License pool. Here we have some reference slides on how you can enable permanent license reservation. So in firepower hardware, we drop down to the ASA CLI, enter license smart reservation. You can then request the license code and enter it into the Smart Software Manager portal. This code is entered into the Smart License portal to generate an authorization code. So once you've done this, you take that highlighted code that you can see here in yellow, and then you can take that code into the Smart License portal to generate the authorization code. Once you have that authorization code, bring it back into the ASA by entering the license smart reservation install and then paste in the authorization code from there. The final part of this is to request the license entitlements as you would normally. So for example, if you want to enable the feature context or multi-context feature on there, you can enter that command to enable that for this particular device. When it comes to ASAV and enabling permanent license reservation, again, similar sort of command. We drop down into the ASA CLI. Again, we generate the request code that we can then manually put into the Smart Licensing portal, which generates the authorization code. When we have the authorization code, we can enter that into our ASAV. Now, when it comes to options for satellite customers, these again are for security sensitive customers where they don't want perhaps every single ASAV device or ASA or ASAV device communicating directly with the Smart Licensing portal in the Cisco cloud. So what we can do here is install a satellite server on customer premises. And what that will do is it will provide a subset of the features that are available in the Cisco Smart Software Manager and gives us a near real-time view based on the synchronization between the satellite server and the Cisco Cloud service. Some of the steps required to configure your devices to talk to a satellite server: generate a registration token in the satellite portal, enter that token into the ASA, whether that's on firepower hardware or an ASAV, configure that security appliance then to use the satellite server, and configure any entitlements directly from your ASA configuration. So again, we've got our reference slides that detail this for each of the types of appliances. So in this case, we've got the Firepower 4100 or 9300 series. So we can define the satellite server that has been installed on the premise as the call home destination. So we can go in and define that in the chassis, put in the FDQN of the satellite server here. Then when you register the security appliance with the licensing authority, in this case the satellite server, we generate the token in the satellite server. So not on the Cisco Cloud Portal this time, we generate the token in the satellite server. For the 2100, it's almost the same. So we can go into our configuration, modify the call home profile, and put in the IP address of the satellite server that's been configured on-prem. And then we can register that security appliance with that satellite server. Again, the token here is obtained from the satellite server, not from the Cisco Smart Software Manager. And for ASAV, same process. Make sure you define the satellite server IP address as part of the call home profile. And again, generate the token on the satellite server and enter that into the device to register that device into the satellite server itself. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful, and please take some time to view the other videos in this series as well as all of the other content we have on offer. Bye for now.